But actually, postpartum, I never expected the body thing to be so big. I sort of thought, I just totally believed that there was this bounce back thing that everyone talks about. Even after having, I still found it so hard to dress this, like to find my new style.
Yeah.
Before it was a lot of like knee-high boots, bodycon. I'm not wearing that anymore. Now it's like what's comfortable, what's practical. What can I go to like a soft play-in, whatever. And so it was sort of finding like my new style, but it really helped me to feel like me getting dressed and making a bit of an effort, and not for anybody else but myself. Since I've had Minnie, all the jobs I've been doing, I've been playing a mum, because I think they obviously like it to be authentic and whatever. But I've entered into my mum era, which is really nice. Me and Minnie have actually done 2 commercials together, which is so sweet.
Oh my God, love that.
She did her first commercial at 8 weeks.
Sweet. Straight into the showbiz life.
I don't believe we should feed into that rhetoric of like mums can't do their own thing or be their own person. I really want my daughter to know that I have a life beyond her
100%.
and that she can also have that. I want her to know that mummy's got exciting things going on in her life and she loves them and they make her happy just as she does, you know.
Today on the Dear Mum podcast, we have the wonderful Courtney-Mae Briggs, actress, content creator, voiceover artist, and of course, a mum of one. She has such a lovely energy. I cannot wait for you to listen to this. There is so much positivity to take from it. We discussed juggling your career and pregnancy and into motherhood, how she felt like she regained her identity once she felt like she was getting lost into motherhood a little bit. But I'm not going to say much more because it is such a good episode. So whether you are about to settle in for a cuppa or starting a spring clean, then enjoy this episode. And please don't forget to follow or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Let's get on with it. Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
It's so lovely to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Last time we saw each other, we were on the floor at baby music class.
We were. What was the brand?
It was Baby Maury,
I was about to say Baby Beyond. It's not Baby Beyond.
Well, we love all these baby brands. It was such a sweet class because they got the kids dressed up in like baker's
really
hats.
sweet. It was really sweet.
But that is the last time we chatted on the floor.
Here now we are, baby free.
We're actually in chairs. We've not got anyone distracting us. So before we start, can you give me your mum stats? Tell me how many kids, age
1.
Yeah.
Minnie.
Cute.
And she is 22 months.
She's just, I think, a month older than Darcy.
Yeah. Well, she's 2 in April.
And Darcy's 2 in May. They're going to be 2.
Yeah, I know. And I feel like that's a big chapter for me. I feel like you're no longer in baby town.
No, I mean, I don't know about Minnie, but Darcy is a sass pot right now.
Yes, very much so. But I'm also like at that place where I'm like, Are you done with 3? I'm assuming I don't know.
I am. My heart really hurts about it, but I am. Logistically, we are done at 3.
Because I'm like, 3 would be a number I would love, obviously, if I could, and all those things. But I'm sort of like, am I at the point where maybe we think about it? But it's just hard, isn't it?
It's really hard.
I'd like, if I could choose, in an ideal world, a 3-year age gap I think would be lovely. But it's just I don't know. It's hard.
Do you know what? I feel very lucky that Darcy was a surprise, because otherwise, how on earth would you ever feel ready?
So what are your gaps?
So I've got 20 months. Imagine having a newborn
No, guys.
Imagine.
The 2 under 2 thing, I've just got to say.
that was not meant to be.
Absolutely not for me. When people say 2 under 2, I think, you're crazy.
I actually didn't feel crazy at the time. But now I look back, I think, what on earth? And now it's paying me back a lot because the boys are so
lovely.
close.
But I feel like in that early stages, I bumped into a friend in the supermarket and he's got 2 under 2. And he was like, I don't recommend it. I'm going to write a book that tells people not to do it. He's like, I've never heard any good feedback. And
apart
I was like,
from later.
Later, yes.
Because me and my sister are 22 months apart, and my mum, when I was pregnant with my second, was like, oh, it's just so amazing, and then I had him and I was like, Mum, she's like, oh well, no, it's hard for the beginning bit.
I also think mums, like older mums, they forget.
Oh my God, she's forgotten everything.
They forget. My sister has got 4 6 and under. Oh yeah, so it's 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 6-month-old.
Wow.
I could never.
Wow. But just think about when they're teenagers, how cool.
Well, I think cool, but also she's got boy, girl. And I think there's going to be a lot of hormones and a lot of like, they need this, but you need your space when you're a teenager. And there's just a lot of them. So
wow.
I think it could be really interesting. But they're legends. And, my sister is Mother Earth.
I also feel like, everybody keeps telling me that 4 is easier than 3. And I don't know what they're trying to do to me, but I think having 3 has been not as hard as wasn't a big jump.
This is what I said to my partner. I found 0 to 1 really easy. My daughter is an absolute angel. She's very chill. And I found I was really scared of the transition because I think everyone talks about the negative side of motherhood. And it's been just pure magic and a real ease, actually. And I feel like 1 to 2, I know I'm going to be overstimulated.
I found 1 to 2
I'm going to find that
very hard, but that's because my eldest was still under 2. So I actually feel like a bigger age gap would mean that 1 to 2 wouldn't be so tough.
I just feel like it's the logistics, isn't it? Like 2 in the car,
you
2
juggle.
out of the car. That, I think I'm going to find that really hard.
That's why 3 wasn't as hard, because I can already juggle now.
This is what I'm telling myself anyway.
And I already know that I can't meet all of their needs at the exact same time. So
it's surrendering.
I have to, pick a child, basically.
Because I do feel like that with 2, I'm like, oh, how can I give them both my
you
time
just
and
do.
energy?
No, you just do. And your heart doubles and all those cliches. It really does happen.
I feel... I get that. I'm like, of course it does.
But logistics-wise, you have to, if they're both crying, actually, you go to the toddler because they will remember.
Yes.
Unless the baby is in any danger, of course.
Yeah,
but if they are just crying because they're crying, you go to the toddler first. It's basically those kind of lessons you learn. And then when you get to 3, you're like, done this before. Poor Darcy.
Figure it out, kids.
Darcy has started calling me Charlie when I don't listen to mummy.
I'm actually, Minnie not calling me to my face. I think my partner was winding me up. She was going, Courtney.
So sweet.
I was trying
to put her down for a nap and she is basically nearly dropping it. Anyway, that's a story for another day. No. She was going, Mummy, and I was looking on the monitor and she was lying down. So I was like, I think she's about to go to sleep, so I'm not going to go in. And then she starts, Charlie. Like, if she's not listening to Mummy.
No. She's very bright.
I'm going to go for Charlie. Well, she's a third. She's like, if I don't shout loud enough, I'm not going to get my voice heard. Anyway, we are digressing and I knew this was going to happen. Can we just go back for a second?
Yes.
Because your life pre-baby was super exciting.
Yeah.
Super cool. She's an actress, guys. Or an actor.
Whatever. I don't
She
care.
acts. She acts.
We act.
What were you doing the year before having a
The year before having Mim, so I was in a production at Regent's Park called Once on This Island, doing a show called Once on This Island. And I was in that whilst I was also rehearsing for Wicked the film. In the film, I play Cynthia Erivo, Elphaba's mum.
That is
So I was doing that show in the day, then rehearsing that. And then I filmed that. Literally found out I was like 2 weeks pregnant after, which is really funny because in the film I birth the baby. So I was doing that. And then, and I sort of spent so I'm an actress, a voiceover artist, content creator, blah, blah, all that sort of stuff. But I spent my 20s doing shows on the West End, things like that. And then I was just so crippled in my 20s thinking, how the hell am I going to do my job, which I feel like so much of my identity is wrapped up in.
Of course, because it's you. You are your product.
So anyway, but actually it's been much better than I ever expected. And I feel now I just have do more sort of commercials and things like that, or more film work, which is really fun. But I still have the balance because you just don't know what it looks like before you have a child.
And like we were just saying before we started recording, that a lot of things you see online are the negative, or not even just negative, they're hard parts of motherhood because nobody really wants to gloat.
No.
But then it means that if you haven't got there yet, you're thinking, oh my God, basically my life is just going to go downhill from here.
But also everyone's individual situation is so bespoke to them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What their job looks like,
what
their partner's support is, what their family support is. So even if it's sort of working for one person who you look up to, that doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be your reality. Yeah. So it's just... it was crippling thinking, oh my God.
So then did you make a conscious decision with your partner to be like, we're going to try now?
Yeah, I just sort of felt like I'm never going to feel like it's the right time.
Yeah.
And actually I was sort of segueing, I've been really lucky and sort of done back-to-back West End shows for the last, nearly 12 years now. And I sort of wanted to be a bit more picky with what I was doing. So I sort of felt like it was a good time. I'd established my name in my industry. So I thought it was a good time to be like, okay, I feel set up.
Yeah, you can easily come back to the job.
So here we are now.
And so you had just finished, you just started filming Wicked when you found out you were pregnant. Yeah. And did you tell everybody or did you keep that secret?
No, I told all my family and friends. No,
on
not friends.
Set?
Oh, no. I didn't know when I was on set.
Oh.
I found out after.
Oh, that's quite special then, looking back, to be like, no, I didn't know. Was there.
No. So I told people, I can't really remember. I told my parents straight away, but I don't think I told loads of people super early. Yeah. I think with the second, hopefully if I do have a second, I think I would tell people straight away.
I think you start to realise, I had miscarriages before my first, and with the first pregnancy, you think, oh my gosh, I can't wait to surprise people with this news, and then you start to realise the people that I'm going to tell about a miscarriage, I want them to know. So,
100%.
I mean, with my third, it was anyone I saw.
Yeah,
told
because
them.
You need that support, and also it's if you tell them, I think after a loss, it sort of is like the baby didn't exist properly with everyone. Like that excitement's gone.
And then what you're doing is you're managing their emotions. I felt like I was telling people a double whammy. Like I was pregnant, and then their faces go, and then but now I'm not, and then they go, oh, and you're like, it's okay, don't worry. And it's a lot. So actually, I ended up telling more people. But I think it just depends on your work setup, your home setup, any support you need, how you're feeling. If you're feeling dreadful, then you probably need to tell people.
I felt dreadful.
Did you have did you?
I was throwing up till like 7 months, and I went on medication. Thank God.
Okay.
I remember. So I was throwing up, like literally taking a spoonful of something.
No.
And then like I remember having a Chinese, probably not the best thing, and I had a mouthful and literally just threw up straight into the bowl. The acid reflux was wild. And I remember sort of about 4 months going to the doctor, and it was a male doctor, and I said, this is crippling me. I am exhausted. Because they'd done a blood test on me, and they said, you're not eating enough. I I stopped losing weight, and they were like, this isn't right. And I was like, I'm scared to eat because I constantly throw up, and I've got a phobia of sick. So it was all going on.
God,
and I was
terrible.
like, I just would rather not eat because I'm so scared of being sick. Anyway, and he just went, okay, we'll just take some more Gaviscon, and just completely plied me off.
That's awful.
And then I remember at my 7-month appointment, I just burst into tears, and it was this gorgeous female midwife, and I just said, I can't do this. I was like, I am just exhausted. And she said, oh my God, no, we can give you some medication. She said, have you not told anyone?
Like
I
an
said, oh
angel
my God,
sent from heaven.
I told this man, doctor, but he didn't help me. And she was like, darling, he's a man. He was like, you have to speak to us, all the women. And I was like, oh my God.
So now you'll know.
Yeah, I just won't speak to the men. No, not all
Don't
men.
speak to any men. No, next time that you know that you just don't have to settle for that.
It was honestly, and then literally after I started taking the tablets, I felt like a new woman, and I was like, oh, is this how people feel pregnant? Is this how it's meant to feel? So, I didn't love pregnancy, no.
So when she came, did it all just stop immediately?
Once I started taking the tablets.
Really? So you've got a nice end to the pregnancy.
Yeah, I mean, then you're just sort of uncomfortable, aren't you?
And you're so heavy and you're like, I can't.
I didn't feel like this glowy goddess. I really had this image of being pregnant and thinking, oh my God, gonna absolutely kill it.
I know.
Oh God,
you all think that, and you're like, and then when the second trimester comes, I'm gonna be glowing. And then you're like, hello, where's the glow?
No, I found it really uncomfortable.
Were you working?
Yes, but not in a show at the time.
Okay.
I was just doing part-time. Because it's really hard with shows because you can't sort of like, you do year contracts. So I was like, you have to sort of be in a show already.
And so did you do anything that was like good for you as a pregnant woman?
I did a lot of spin classes.
No, I mean, no, I don't mean did you do that. I mean like a job. Did you get signed for anything that was like, we need a pregnant woman?
Well, do you know what's so interesting? Since I've had Minnie, all the jobs I've been doing, I've been playing a mum because I think they obviously like it to be authentic and whatever. But I've entered into my mum era, which is really nice. Me and Minnie have actually done 2 commercials together, which is so sweet.
Oh my God, love that.
She did her first commercial at 8 weeks.
Sweet. Straight into the showbiz life.
Listen, someone's got to pay for it.
Pay for yourself now. Oh, I love that. And just do you do stuff now that's like around her? So like you said, more commercials.
So I do more sort of commercials so you can go and do like a 2-3 day shoot.
Yeah, and then it's done.
Or I've just filmed like a new series that's coming out, and that was a couple of days shooting on set. So it's nice to be creative, but not have to do 8 shows is a marathon.
Also, I'm guessing you would miss bath time and bedtime every night, wouldn't you?
It would be a nightmare. My partner has a normal job. So for our whole relationship, we only ever had like Sundays together, which is great when you're sort of, when you're young, just the 2 of you, because you really miss each other all week. We lived together, but we never obviously saw each other because different schedules. But with a child, I was just like, I don't want to just be passing ships in the night, and I want to be around for her.
Yeah.
And also, it's really hard work.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine,
really
especially at the early days when you're like maybe not be getting
oh my gosh, your voice.
And exactly.
I don't know how you think about, because all day when you're like prepping, you think I've got to sing that tonight, right? Okay, what's my voice feel like? I've got to speak less today. I've got to drink more. But like with a baby, you can't control that.
She's not going to be like, oh, mum, you rest.
Take it easy,
rest.
babe.
That'd be fine. Oh my God. And in terms of, you share a lot of like outfits and like lovely, colourful, amazing clothing. Did you feel like you could dress the bump up, or were you hiding it, or like what was your vibe in pregnancy?
You know what, dressing through pregnancy I found okay, actually. I found that all right. But actually postpartum, I never expected the body thing to be so big. I sort of thought, I just totally believed that there was this bounce back thing that everyone talks about, and how people's like, oh, you know, you'll be fine, you're fit, whatever. And I also think there's a lot of identity wrapped up in my job pre-Minnie, like I was, you know, really small because I was doing shows and stuff. So my body has also been my like selling point. You know, you go into a room, you dance, you get judged on what you look like. So much of that has been wrapped up in my life, I guess. And then you have to release yourself to pregnancy, postpartum. And it was this, no level of control over it. And I found it really hard postpartum to
Was there any
reconnect
actual
myself.
like pressure from the outside world, or was it all coming from you?
No, it was all me.
It's funny, isn't it?
All
Because
me,
we think
nothing else. No.
We've come so far from that, but it's still there.
It was I felt like I'd lost all my I felt like I lost my spunk, like sexiness, didn't know how to dress myself.
Oh yeah, please.
The sexiness. Oh my gosh, my poor partner.
Well,
it was a real
I'm like,
disconnect
what did
for
you
us.
expect? Yeah, for sure. Because
But I
also
don't
you
even mean
don't
in
feel confident in yourself.
It wasn't like a sexual manner with him. I mean, like just being even intimate, even like hand holding, stuff like that. I really felt just not sexy in myself. If he touched me, when I'd be like, oh no, like
Because also
I felt
you're
awful.
touched out. You've
Yeah,
been
you're
holding a
touched
baby
out.
all day. I don't think
Yeah,
they'll
yeah,
ever really
yeah.
know what that feels like. And
No. And I was breastfeeding, and so she was feeding all the
you're
time.
feeling a bit like sweaty and like.
Oh, you feel
Yeah.
And the tits were just ginormous. And they were everywhere. And I was milk. And I was like, oh my God.
And there's just fluids coming out everywhere, and your bras are all stained.
Everywhere.
It's a real thing, and I think they are watching you going through that too, probably feeling quite helpless. Like I remember George, my husband, saying things to me like, "Oh, you look amazing," and I wondered, I said to him, "I know you're trying to be kind, but that isn't kind because you're lying."
But that's what I mean. Like I felt sorry for him because he was really trying to be. I'm sure he did think I looked beautiful and whatever, and But I was just like, I feel so awful in myself, and it's really sad because you do think you've gone through all of that, but I didn't recognise my body, and that's the shift that...
Because in pregnancy, you have months where it's getting bigger,
you can still see yourself.
Then overnight you have the baby, and it's like, whoa, okay.
It's really bizarre.
Looking in the mirror, being like, I don't really know who that is, and you change overnight. And then your clothes, you can't wear, even the clothes that fit you, if you can't breastfeed in them, then you can't wear them.
No. And there was this saying that I read once, and honestly, I've never felt more seen. It said, it's not the postpartum weight that will scare you, it's the postpartum shape. And I totally agree. It wasn't actually the weight. That didn't bother me. Weight is weight, whatever. But it was, my hips were bigger, my ribs were, sort of wider, my tits were big, my shoulders felt almost broader. I don't even know if that's a thing.
My feet even grew.
It's the shape.
Yeah.
It's so different. So like, your clothes they fit, but they didn't hang in the same way.
Especially if your boobs have quadrupled in size.
They're
and then your T-shirts are all cropped
tic-tacs. And now they're like double Ds. And I'm like, oh, I've got to wear a bra.
Well, that's it. That's the same thing as me. I used to get away with no bra with every outfit. And then suddenly, even in bed, I'm wearing a bra because Well, not now.
Oh, gosh.
At the beginning phase when I was breastfeeding, because I needed to wear pads.
Oh, when I was breastfeeding,
they were leaking and all that. Look, now, as soon as I stopped breastfeeding,
I was like, thinking, oh my God, let them free.
Get that bra off. No, that was the best
My
thing.
friend breastfed and she didn't wear a bra at night.
Do you know what?
I was thinking, how?
I
Mine
actually
could
do
never.
understand that because I co-slept with Darcy and I would just wake up and my boob was out and she was just there, fast asleep. And I was like, I don't know what happened last night. Like we definitely fed.
You never know what happens during the night.
No, and because I didn't have to like sit up, get the boob out,
it was easier.
feed her, I thought, well, she's definitely fed, but I didn't have to do anything really. She just found it.
They
It was great.
had such a mind of their own.
Oh my
They
God.
needed to be harnessed. Honestly, and the milk was flying. I had enough milk to feed like a nursery. There was so much milk.
Oh God. And was that the whole time you were feeding her?
Yeah, so even when I was pregnant, colostrum, I would get like 6 syringes out.
No.
Yeah, and the
I didn't
midwives,
get 6 syringes in total.
A day, babe. And the midwives were like, you can stop. They were like, we've never seen this amount. It was, honestly, I had the smallest boobs and even now they're big, but the amount of milk that was coming out of me. So I'd feed and then I'd get a whole bottle collected on the other side. It was honestly crazy, but the pain was...
Yeah.
It was excruciating.
Oh my God. How long did you breastfeed for?
15 months.
Okay. And did you enjoy it or was it hard or...
The first 2 weeks were excruciating.
It's also like, what have I let myself into? This is a full-time job.
Every time she latched, like it just felt like clamping on my nipple. And I remember every time she did, I would cry. I'd put my song on. I had an album that I was put on. I'd put a song on. My partner would be like, pull your shoulders down. And I'd just try and breathe because it was so painful.
You have to... my midwife friend, said to me, if your toes can't unclench in the next 5 seconds, then you know the latch isn't right. And I would always look at my toes and be like, relax.
But my thing is, when they say the latch isn't right, I'm also, because mine was so painful, I kept the health visitor. I was like, is this right? And they're like, yeah, it's right. It was just, my nipples weren't used to having a pterodactyl on them every 2 hours.
Yeah, and also if there's loads of milk coming.
Well, that's the thing, they were highly engorged. They were like, you have to start like had to hand pump to get some out because she kept getting waterboarded. Is waterboard, is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God. And then it hits the back of her throat.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh my God.
But then I really enjoyed it actually. And I didn't expect to enjoy it in the way I did. I found it really easy. You know, we had milk. She latched beautifully. And it was I think with breastfeeding, it's just luck sometimes.
Yeah,
whether your baby
my
wants
gosh,
to latch.
totally.
Or if you have the milk and, you know, we got really lucky. And yeah, it was really lovely.
Did she give you a hard time when you stopped?
Not till now. Because I weaned her through the night off, like, I think from like 9 months, because I went away and she didn't wake once. And I was like, and she was waiting. She was waiting for me constantly. And I was like, oh, I'm not having this.
No.
And so I've harder to have to keep going in, putting the dummy in, whatever. And so we managed to wean her off in the night. And then by the time 15 months, she was eating pretty well. So like solids. So it was only like the night feed.
Oh, Darcy
her bedtime
gave me
feed.
a very hard time.
Oh,
my
babes.
goodness. Because I also had to go away in order to stop her.
Oh, you went on the brand trip, didn't you?
I went on a brand trip and I was like, this is my chance. I have to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
it's quite good that, I think.
I need to show you a photo after this.
Engorged.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, when did you stop? How old was she?
So she was about the same. No, she was 18 months.
So how often was she feeding?
Well, I think I was lying to myself because the amount of milk I had for like 2 weeks after was so much. I think she was probably feeding like 5 times in 24 hours still at that stage.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
She would come up to me and be
God, you
like,
must have been knackered.
Mummy, please. Not in the night, not 5 times in the night, but
day.
throughout the day.
Yeah, right, okay.
She would come up to me and I'd just think, oh yeah, have some.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The
gosh.
engorgement, it was under my armpit, honestly.
Really?
I thought I was going to have to go to hospital. I was like, they're going to explode.
Oh,
I don't know
no.
what to do. So anyway, she was an absolute madam over it. But then she started sleeping through the night. And this is not an advert, stop feeding to get your baby to sleep through the night.
No.
When they're that
But then
old,
also, you know, I know a lot of people say, you know, if you breastfeed, you can't get through the night. I still breastfed, but I managed to get through the night.
Yeah.
So it's not
They're
like
very easy
the
to
two
pick up a
doesn't have
habit.
to. Yeah.
And so we just had to be strict for like 3 nights.
You just have to be strict. That's the thing. It's hard. It's really
She-
hard.
oh, she was
in the middle of
cross.
the night, and when they're upset, it's really hard.
And you're like, I could just feed you. And
Yeah,
it was so
and then
much easier.
because it's like 10 minutes and hard.
Honestly, so
Yeah.
I wanted to stop months before that, and I would be like, tonight I'm not going to do it. And then 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, tomorrow. I'm not going to do it tomorrow.
Because she's your last. Did you feel like a sense of?
I was
Were
so
you?
emotional. With the boys, not at all.
Yeah, I wasn't with Min, but yeah,
I cried for weeks and weeks and weeks in the lead
you?
up. Honestly, every time I feed her, I think, oh my God, this is it. I felt it really took me by
babe.
surprise. I really wasn't.
I think there is,
planning on
you
being
know-
that emotional about it.
Oh, yeah,
because
but
I'm
it
not really that
is.
kind of mum. I'm sentimental and I find things like emotional, but I don't generally cry over my kids.
But I do think if you do know it's your last one, there must
Milestones.
be, that it's like the last time
I'm
I'm going
never
to do that
gonna
ever
feel
again.
this.
Yeah.
It's a real closeness, isn't it? And
Yeah.
I was, and the hormones then, the hormone drop.
Oh,
I was a
really?
mess for like 3 weeks, honestly.
No,
My
I was
husband
all
like,
right, thank
when
God.
do these hormones drop off?
bless
You're an
him.
absolute psycho. So yeah, anyway, we've digressed. That was, I'm always interested because when anyone feeds like near to when I stopped, I'm like, how did you do it? And you know, I shared a video online about how I did it. And honestly, every day,
you get
people comment on it still, and it's been months because I think it's such a thing.
Yeah, it
when
is.
you get to the stage, you're like, how am I going to do it? My baby is obsessed.
Oh, they are. My sister was like that with her daughter. She was obsessed, and then she would just constantly have her hand just holding her breast. And my mum, she'd always obsessed with my mum's boobs as well.
But you know what's so funny? I thought the other day, it's been long enough, I'm going to test it and see. And she was lying on me, and I thought I just basically showed her my boob,
see what
and
she
she
did.
went near to it, and she
And
like. She didn't know what to do.
no.
It's almost like she's forgotten completely what it
Minnie's
was.
completely forgotten.
How weird.
Because after we just stopped, we'd have a bath together, and then she'd just latch, and I'd be like, oh my God, no, because we just stopped. Whereas now she'll see them and she won't even.
And also, there's no milk anyway, so give it a go.
No, but she doesn't. I don't think she even remembers that she did it.
No.
Like, I don't think she.
She looked almost a bit offended. Like, what are you doing, Mum? I was like, I'm so
I
sorry.
think she looks at me like, what's that?
Put it away. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. So it's madness. Anyway, I would love to talk to you about like more this phase. So like, she's not a baby anymore.
No.
You've been sharing loads of like, as I said before, your outfits, hosting dinner parties, going
love
seeing
to
your
host.
friends. Like, how did you come out of that? Like, oh my God, I've had a baby. Everything's changed. Like, what then did you start to do to bring yourself out of that?
Do you know, I feel lucky. Both my sisters have got children. We had babies within 9 months of each other,
Oh,
but my
that's so
sister
lovely.
had more children before. And when I found out I was pregnant, I was always like, I'm not going to lose myself in motherhood. Obviously, we see a lot of that shared online.
Yeah.
And like getting a spark back and all that stuff. And I was like, I really don't want
We've
to
fed the
lose myself
narrative
in
that
this.
you just will.
And I remember I was quite lucky because she was born in April, which meant summer was, fast
it's the
approaching,
best time, wasn't
which
it?
means there's obviously a lot of weddings, things like that. And so my best friend was getting married, and her hen do was when Minnie was 10 weeks old in the south of France. So I said to myself when I was pregnant, I'll see how I go, but I really want to go because my 10-week-old baby will not remember this, but I will remember not being there for her. And anyway, and it got to it, and I was like, I'm going. And I went.
Did you take her, or did you leave her with your
No,
partner?
I left with my partner.
Amazing.
Because also, I think it really helped to rationalise to be like, I'm not the only person who can keep her alive.
Yep, so she took a bottle.
Yeah, she took a bottle.
See, that's the trouble I had. Darcy was like...
Yeah, we introduced bottle really early, but I think it's because we had that point of reference, like 10 weeks we needed to go. And I had loads of milk, so I didn't have to worry about pumping because I had a lot of milk. And I went, and I was like, oh, she was fine. I had an amazing time.
Oh, I love that.
I only went for one night. I mean, it was quite extreme.
Yeah, but that's like a real milestone for you.
Yeah, it was. And I remember the night before, she was waking every 45 minutes. And I remember just sitting there waiting for the cab to come. It was like 6 a.m, so it was an early flight, crying my eyes out, being like, I am so depleted. And then I went and just had the best time. Because I was like, your baby's not going to remember, but I'm going to remember. And that was something I always...
you that there's more about you than just motherhood.
Yeah, and that always stayed with me. And then I never, even throughout summer, then my friend got married when she was 4 months, and I left her for 2 nights. And I think leaving her early made it all easier. And I went back to work really quickly. So I do voiceover work as well. I had to go away to record an audiobook for a couple of nights, so I had to leave her for that. When you're self-employed, you have to get back to work.
You have to. Yep.
Luckily, I have loads of support, so I think family support, which just makes everything easier. I don't think you can do everything without
you need
support
your village,
or help.
whether they're like your family or whether you have to create your own village. But we're not supposed to do it all by ourselves.
No. And you do think, when you look back in like the olden days, it's like it makes sense that everyone lived close to each other, helped each other. Now it's almost impossible to try. If you don't have support, I don't know how anyone does it.
No. But that's where you need to pay for support, or you need to make local mum friends who can support you and actually ask for it, which is really hard to do.
Yeah.
But you do need the support.
Because I do always say that online, I'm always like, I have an entire village. Because I try and, see my girlfriend still a lot. I do a lot of things for myself. But I also feel like it's important. I've always wanted my daughter to try and be like a little independent girly. Yeah. So... And I have to work, and I love work.
And also she gets to see her family. That's so great. She's in great hands.
Yeah, she's with her granddad today. She's having a great time.
I love it. And I think it's so important. And I found after my second, I got a bit lost in the I'm just a mum. And I wanted to do other things, but I'd be like, well, if I have time, because, I'm a mum. And I fell into that narrative. Tired. And I made such a point. I got to New Year when my middle one was 2, and I was like, no. This is enough. I really want to do some things for me. And I then get hit with I don't feel the mum guilt. People tell me, but what about the mum guilt? And I'm like, I don't feel it.
No, I don't feel it.
Unless my kids are really sick, then I feel like, I don't want to leave different. You. But I don't feel guilt.
I don't feel it. And I feel guilty that I don't feel it.
Exactly. So I do feel guilt.
Yeah, because I don't feel the guilt over, because I'm almost like, you only ever leave your children with someone they're safe with.
Of course.
So I'm like, well, I don't feel guilty because I know she's safe and I know she's happy.
And they're having a great time.
And also, I don't believe we should feed into that rhetoric of mums can't do their own thing or be their own person. I really want my daughter to know that I have a life beyond her.
100%.
And that she can also have that if she has children, if she wants to. If she doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I want her to know that mummy's got exciting things going on in her life and she loves them and they make her happy just as she does,
Yeah, and then you can come home to her and you're so excited to be with her. Whereas I felt like I was trudging through mud, being like, I'm so tired, so depleted. I go and do one thing for me, come back, and I'm like, oh my God, yes, I'm ready to be a mum.
And I think in the early days, actually, like you were saying, sharing lots of outfits, dressing for me really is a way to bring me back to myself quite quickly. I feel like if I have space to quickly just put on a bit of makeup, put on a cute outfit, it really boosts my mood. That might sound shallow, but wearing colour and doing all those sorts of things, I've never been just like a legging and a jumper girl, because it doesn't make me feel the best version of myself.
I actually I've just come out of that, as in, because my job is in sport and fitness. Of course,
I actually
wear my leggings all the time for work, for filming. Then I would just put them on in the morning because I've got filming in the afternoon, and then I'd just stay in them, and then every day I just grab a different pair of leggings. And it doesn't make you feel your best.
No, it doesn't.
So the last couple of months, I've been getting my wardrobe back out again and finding new things. And I'm like you, I want to wear colour. I want to wear
but
every
also
colour.
I don't necessarily wear leggings, but I wear tracksuits a lot. But I wear colourful tracksuits, so it's still comfort and whatever. But I do think actually even though, so I had Min and I'd been posting outfits online for, 2 years or whatever. And even after having her, I still found it so hard to dress this, like to find my new style.
Yeah.
Before it was a lot of like knee-high boots, bodycon. I'm not wearing that anymore. Now it's like what's comfortable, what's practical. What can I go to like a soft play-in, whatever. And so it was sort of finding like my new style, but it really
Still
helped me to feel like me getting dressed and making a bit of an effort, and not for anybody else but myself.
No, getting dressed up, not dressed up, getting dressed in something that makes you feel good. It's for you, but it transpires to everybody else, and it's infectious.
But it is hard to find that new style. Like,
also
for
without
me, it's
spending
got to
lots
be
of money. And
it is, but also my wardrobe is completely different to how it looked pre-Minnie. Completely different. My style has so evolved, and it was hard to find it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to find your style once you're a baby.
And have you found that you had to wear outfits out that you thought, I don't know if this is my new style, but I'm just going to give it a go?
Obviously, because I document online, I look back at some of the things I was wearing just like in those early sort of months, and I think, oh my God, I was so confused. I really didn't know how to dress, but I was trying.
Yeah.
But then ultimately, it leads you to,
That's it. And I always think if it doesn't look good, then I've learned a lesson, and I can adapt it and tweak it. And actually, Vinted's great. Going through your old wardrobe, sharing with friends, like
clearing out. I think the biggest tip you can say to someone who's just had a baby: clear out your wardrobe when you can. Just get rid of those clothes
that
don't fit you.
I thought I would get back into.
No.
And there's no
I got one
way.
week. I was just like, I can't open these wardrobe doors and see a wardrobe full of clothes and none of it like sit on me correctly or even fit me. So I was like, it all has to go.
Yeah. Because also I was in my head, I was like, well, I'll fit them one day. And I was like, well, I don't think I will. Because even if I lost all the weight in the world, my hips...
2 years on, I don't fit any of my jeans pre-Minnie. None of them.
You just buy some new jeans.
Buy new jeans. I just bought a really good pair. I didn't want to say good pair. I think it was like H&M or whatever. And I was like, they fit me. And I just lived in those for a while.
I think you just need a couple of staple pieces, don't you?
Whilst you're figuring it out.
A few tops that you can like mix and match.
One outfit that you love that's easy. Mine is a wide leg tracksuit in a bright colour. But whatever it is for you, just wear that and wear it on repeat.
I wear it on repeat. That's the other thing. You can wear the same thing or just tweak it. A different top with a different trousers.
Yeah.
I think that's really important. And I've really found the love of getting dressed for things and not just reaching for my comfort outfits all the time. So I think, that's really important. And do you have fun dressing Minnie up?
Oh my God, I love it. But
so fun.
I dress her as society would probably say, like a boy. Everyone always says, oh, he's so handsome. I'm like, I know, because she's a baggy queen.
I love
because
that.
Because for me, I'm like, I knew she's a little girly, but if we spend a lot of time outside in the park, as everyone does, I'm like, tights and a dress doesn't feel park appropriate. Like, if I want to go to a park, I don't want to be in a pair of tights and a dress. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she's always in baggy, colourful things, but I shop in the boys section more than the girls.
The boys
for her.
section, that's so interesting because everyone's always like, the boys are so rubbish.
I love the boys section.
You find some good stuff.
Really good.
What I found now, going from being a boy mum to now a girl mum as well, is that you have to just search a bit more in the boys section to get away from like the tractors and the trains.
M&S brilliant.
Gruffalo.
Next is brilliant.
Next is so
brilliant.
I say Next is brilliant. I've taken no, it is brilliant. It's one of my go-tos, but I can't take my boys to the shop. I don't shop in the shop anyway. But
I don't do.
If I've gone in there, they find like a sequin Spider-Man t-shirt, and I'm like, oh, do you think they have your size in that? And they're like, that says 5. I'm like, no, I'll look online. And then I'm there going, no, they're not that, thanks. I want to dress them in like clothes that I think are timeless. I don't mind a few Spider-Man
also
things.
Also because you can like pass them down.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Darcy wears a lot of I'd say she wears a lot of hand-me-downs, but not from her brothers. When my neighbours found out we were having a girl, they brought round like a wheelie suitcase for a family of 6.
But it's so, I think
with
giving
clothes.
people like clothes so sweet. My
so nice.
niece has got all of Minnie's stuff. It's such a lovely thing to do.
Yeah, and I
every
go
time I
around
see
to
her in
their
the
house,
outfit, I'm like,
they say, oh, that was mine. And they're like, because I got that handed down from that one.
Yeah, it's so sweet.
We're saving the planet. So it doesn't make me feel bad about
one outfit at a time.
A few purchases here and there. But no, I love that. I love that. So tell me also about your hosting. You've done some epic cheese tasting.
I just love a busy household.
Oh, I love
it. And I love therapy for me is cooking.
Is it?
I love it.
Have you always?
Always loved it. It's like my love language. I want to cook for people all the time.
Love that.
And obviously when you've got a baby can sleep upstairs and you can still have your friends over, have some wine, light the candles and have a gorgeous meal. So yeah, I love toast. I loved it pre-Minnie, but I think even more so now when you have kids. It's so great.
And you're like, I'm going to see my friends. Yes, I'm going to see my friends later.
Yes.
And what's your go-to? What's your favourite thing to cook?
Oh gosh.
Or are you very experimental?
It depends on the vibe.
Okay.
It depends, like, am I doing starter, main, pud?
Okay.
Or am I just doing the main event? Or is it a chilled vibe? It depends. Depends on the season.
Oh God. Okay. So you're a bit more experimental. I found that when I became mum, I cooked less.
Really? Because it's my therapy, I do it more.
Yeah, see, my husband likes to do it. I'll do like bath time with the kids, and he'll go downstairs, put a podcast in his ears, so it's his like wind down from work. He loves to cook, and because he's good at it, I sort of
of course.
The rule in our house is kind of like I feed the kids and he feeds us, because
Yeah.
by the end of the day, if I've been at home with the kids in the day, I don't want to be in the kitchen anymore.
I will say that surprises me about motherhood. I don't know why it surprises me. You're constantly cooking.
Oh my God!
Constantly
And also, you're
cooking.
like, this is for years to come. And now they're older.
Because I'm always thinking,
right,
okay, she'll have breakfast, right, lunch. Okay, what's she going to have for dinner? Can she have our dinner? Oh, no, because we're going to have dinner once she's gone down. Like, it's like, boom, boom, boom,
and
boom,
then
boom.
snack. Does she snack? Darcy now, mummy, snack.
Oh, Minnie's quite good. She doesn't, I think she's
just
strict.
copying
I
her
don't really let her
brothers. She's just
snack.
copying.
Well, yeah.
And the boys are they never sit still. So they're constantly
boys
hungry.
are constantly eating.
Oh my God. Constantly eating. So she's sort of learning from them. But she's a great eater. My boys
Minnie's
are very
good,
fussy.
thank God.
Darcy eats anything. And now I realise...
The thing is, I feel like it's ever evolving. Like, Minnie's good now. I'm sure a time will come where she's going to be like...
You can never get too cocky.
No, I'm
but
like...
if she sees you loving cooking and, she's
and
in
she
the
loves
kitchen,
helping me cook.
then
She
perfect.
loves. It's really sweet.
I think that's the best thing to do. And seeing your friends and her seeing you seeing your friends. And I think that's so nice for her to grow up in.
Well, she's normally in bed. I'm like, bye-bye.
I know, once she realises you're having a party down there.
Yes.
Like if
Then she's
Darcy
gonna be
ever
down.
knows that there's anything fun going on, no, she will not go to bed. Like she can stay up till 10 p.m.
If she's there when people arrive, then she doesn't want to go up. So I normally am like, can you come like half
Come
7
later,
and make sure she's down. But if people are coming at like 6, I'm a bit screwed.
Yeah, because then she's like, no, thank you.
But then actually what we have been doing, if that's the case, then, or if we go to a friend's for dinner, then we'll just whack her in a buggy, do a couple of loops, and then just leave her in the buggy.
Oh, right, for the whole dinner party.
No, if we're at a friend's, and if we're ours, then
Yes.
just whack her upstairs, and
Love
she'll
it.
transfer all right.
Love that.
But if she's in the house and we just put her upstairs and she can hear people downstairs, she's like,
white
I'm
noise?
going down
Do you
there.
put white noise on?
Blast it.
Yeah.
Blast it.
My house sounds like an aeroplane upstairs.
Blast. Literally, people come at the door, they're like, what is that noise?
They're like, I don't want to ring the doorbell. I'm like, no, she won't hear it.
I'm like, it's fine.
They are blasted in their ears. I don't know how people always ask me, when did you wean off white noise? I'm like, oh, I haven't.
Yeah, but do you need to?
Even the 5-year-old still has white noise.
I do think you need to.
And when I went on that brand trip, I had to put it on for me.
I know
it
someone
was
who doesn't,
so
they have to have it
quiet.
for them.
It's because I usually have the monitor on, so I hear it through that.
Oh, do you?
Ish. It's on very quiet, but I guess that tiny noise in this hotel, it was so quiet.
See, I actually don't like white noise in my bedroom. Like, it annoys me a little bit.
It's just the shh of the monitor
Because
that
I
I can kind
remember
of hear.
when Minnie was young, she used to be, I don't know if anyone else has ever had this, but I went to a baby class and I said, and there was mums like, oh, baby's sleeping 8 hours.
Oh, stop.
And Minnie was tiny and I was thinking, I can't even get 2 over here. And when she was sleeping, she was thrashing around. I'm talking like slamming her legs, tossing,
Like
turning.
active sleep.
And yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And the teacher was like, oh yeah, that is quite common. And I was like, what can I do? And she's like, nothing. She's asleep.
Just leave
She was
her.
like, just blast white noise in your ear, like next to your ear, put it on your pillow.
So that you can't
So I
hear
did
it.
that and I just felt like I was in a torture chamber.
No, I don't.
It was so loud. I was sat there and I was like, I'd rather not sleep.
But you also want to hear her if she does need you. I don't have it loud. I think it's just that like background
like the
noise
little-
that after 5 years of having kids
Yeah, you've got it.
around, I just can't have silence.
So your
anymore.
boys will have, every room's going off. White
Yeah,
noise.
because also I want the boys, they share a room. I want them
Yeah.
to have white noise because if she wakes up in the
Yeah,
night,
yeah, of
I don't
course,
want her
of
to
course.
wake them. And vice versa. One of my boys has night terrors.
Oh no.
So he wakes up and he's shouting.
gosh, that's awful.
And he doesn't wake up, he's shouting asleep. And then,
Yeah.
I just want the whole house to be asleep. So I'm like, what can we do?
Everyone's got white noise.
So everyone's got white noise.
I love it.
One day I'll sleep in silence again, maybe. So before we end, just tell me what is coming this year for you? 2026. Are you looking to get on stage
2026.
again? Are you looking to not do that again until you?
Well, I
all
just
your
filmed a
kids?
really exciting series, but I'm NDA'd up to my
Oh,
eyeballs, so I can't talk about
okay,
it.
well, I can't
But I think it's
wait.
out at the end of the year. Really good cast.
Oh
Really,
wow!
really
Well
good.
done for getting that.
And then I don't know what else 2026 is
so
going
do
to
you
bring.
think Screen is going to be?
I
you for a
don't know.
while?
I'm always open to whatever. I'm very chill. I'm very like, the universe will let me know.
Yeah, love
But
that.
also with my job, it's sort of like you can go for an audition, tomorrow, and then you could be booked for like 3 months, or, you know, so it's always ever evolving. As an actor, you have to just surrender.
Just say yes to every opportunity.
Yeah, you never know. And I'm, you know, after doing it so many years, you're just like, let's just see what happens.
I think that's a very good characteristic to take into motherhood too.
The thing is, you cannot be a creative without it.
No, you can't.
Because you wouldn't sleep. If you were thinking, when's the next job, when's the next pay packet?
Yeah, but I think that's why some mums really struggle when they have a baby to be like, I'm not in control and I can't dictate exactly how every day goes. And I think you obviously already have that skill. And I think that's a brilliant skill to have, where you just have to go with the flow. You can plan all you like.
Yes.
But curveballs will be thrown.
They'll be thrown. But also, I also think you don't know what's going to happen, so let's just expect for the best and see what happens.
That's my best. Yes, you have to. You have to. Oh, I'm very excited for you.
Oh, thanks, babe.
So, can you please do me a favour? Grab one of those post-it notes.
Yeah.
We are going to leave a post-it note for a mum. On their fridge.
Oh, there's one on the back already.
Oh, don't do that one. That'll be someone else's one.
It is.
Do a different one. And you do it. So, if you were leaving a mum's house and you thought, I just want to leave her little note, so when she goes back in, she'll see it. It could be anything. Something silly, something funny, something heartfelt.
Okay.
Because I feel like there's a lot of very heavy advice going around from mum to mum, but sometimes you just need a little note on your fridge.
Also, I also think with like mum advice, never take advice of people whose parenting you don't look up to or
100%.
Because, you know, everyone's got so much advice.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily always good.
And you
this
might not
be
the
good,
same
guys.
outcome.
You don't have to listen to this one.
I'm sure it will be good.
Okay, so I have said, do something small for yourself today.
Love that. And do not feel guilty about it.
And do not feel guilty about it.
Yes.
Yeah, something small. I always try and like, sounds, you know, a bit over the top, but I always try and have like a weekly self-care bath. That sounds crazy.
An everything bath.
But like, yeah, where I just have a nice, not even everything, because I feel like it's too much pressure for me to shave my
That's
leg.
a lot
I can't
of-
be asked. Whereas I like just have a soak, I'll either put a podcast on, and I'll just have like a really, like put a candle on. I also have a TV in my bath, which is really lovely. So I'll put something on or whatever. And I'll just have like, that's a really lovely thing for me to do. And I'll spend 40 minutes and I'll just have my soak. And I'm like,
Love that.
this is lovely. Put her to bed, have my dinner, have my bath. Just something small, but it really makes me feel...
It really helps you.
Yeah.
Yes, and also just be like, I'm treating myself.
Whatever the small thing is. It might be like having a cup of tea by yourself, whatever it is, but something small.
Do it. I love
For you.
that.
Because it doesn't have to be big. No one's got the time.
No, but it could be if you want.
Could, actually.
It could be.
Girls'
You could go on
weekend
a
away.
holiday. Yeah, we both went for that. Get away. But thank you so much for coming on. I feel like we could chat for years.
Thanks for having me.
Loved it. Thank
I
you.
loved it. Thank you.